Alright, good morning everyone. Today is warm-up day 38, I believe. I hope everyone's having a good morning as much as we can right now. So thank you for joining me today for warm-up, or if you're joining me later, thanks for joining me later. I'm going to start on the floor today, and we'll see where we go. I don't really have an idea, so if you're joining me, please leave me a comment so that I know that you're here. Of course, if you're joining after that comment, you won't see that, but let me know you're here. Say hello. So let's come out into this space. And let's begin today just wherever you're at. And just take a moment to check in with yourself, check in where you're at physically, emotionally. Hey, Louie. So, bringing yourself into the here and the now. So maybe you start outside yourself. Maybe you begin with what's out here, and you, with your eyes open, you look around your room, and you see whatever it is that is there. And really see it, you know, not just scan the room, which is often something that we do. So to breathe the room in. And it's not that you have to spend a long time. You know, you don't have to stare at that kitchen towel that's in your living room for 5 minutes, but you see it, you breathe it in, it affects you, you have a memory of putting it there, you have a relationship to it, it does something to you. And it doesn't have to just be what's in front of you. You can turn your body around. You can see what's behind you. And this may bring up all sorts of thoughts like, wow, can't believe that's been sitting there for 2 weeks. I gotta do something about that. But whatever it is, you are seeing what is. Good morning, Tess. I see Tess has joined. Maybe this extends to what's outside of your room. So if you have windows, I can see trees rustling in the slight breeze. I can hear the birds chirping. Very talkative this morning. And I'm allowing myself to breathe that in, into my middle. And I'm not doing anything about it. I feel often when we do something like this, we get very serious. It's like, I must breathe it into my center. I must feel something deep about it, or I don't know what. But it doesn't. It is what it is. I'm seeing what is. I'm breathing it in. And when that no longer interests me, I move on to something else. Or when I've been interested by something else, I move on. So now start to bring your attention bring it to your body. Now, and let's start with the outer parts of our body. So we're not going fully inward, but start to bring your attention now to whatever you can see. Maybe it's your legs, or maybe it's your arms. Maybe it's, bits of your nose that you can see. But there's only so much of us that we can see. Quite a bit of us, maybe. Bringing your attention there. And you can start to be in a dialogue or a communication with your body. So as you see what you see and you begin to feel whatever it is that you feel in that part of your body, so going in a bit deeper, that part of your body might be calling out to you, might be asking for something, might be asking for a massage or a stretch. And you can answer it back. It doesn't have to be a monologue that your body's having and you sitting in the audience with your lorgnette from afar. Right? But to really be in conversation with your body. And the fact that I'm conversing with my left leg is of no consequence to you, because you're in conversation with your body, whatever part is saying something to you. A part of your body might be yearning to get shaken out. And if that's the case, you can yield to that impulse and allow it to happen. And I would say, if you find yourself starting to go into unknown texts, and what I mean by that, if you start to find yourself doing 3 side stretches, if you start to go into that sort of thing, I would be suspicious. Are you really in conversation, or are you just doing what you have done before, something that's worked in the past? So this may start to look like an unknown text. If someone were looking at you, they would have no idea what's happening in your body. It might be completely asymmetrical. It might look completely weird or foreign. That's of no interest to you, because you are following whatever impulse your body has. And the body is quite miraculous like that. If we really listen to it, it isn't usually symmetrical, at least I find in my body. It could be a quiver of the hand. It could be a rumble of your belly. It could be a massage, could be a stretch. Those are certainly on the table. It might take you onto your back. It may take you onto your knees. It might take you onto all fours. It could do anything, really. You don't feel you have to stay seated on your butt if you are. And if you find yourself in a constant state of movement, you can come back to relaxation And really listen. Take a moment to listen to the body. You know, if we're the ones talking all the time, then it's really difficult to listen. So sometimes we have to come to silence. And I mean that physically in the body. So that we can actually be taken by the shake of a leg. That we can be taken by a stretch of an arm. By the merest tickle of a finger or quiver of a knuckle. So that you're really in a dialogue. It's not a monologue. It's not a monologue on either side. You're listening and responding. You might allow this to be accompanied by breath. So that the outgoing breath expresses out as the body moves. And then after that expression, you go back to relaxation, go back to silence. At any point, you can let this turn to sound. But only if you want to. There's no pressure to do that. It's really about a conversation with your body. Continue to be in this conversation for a few more moments. Seeing what your body needs, what it's saying, how you can do your part to respond. Again, just be suspicious if you find yourself in a constant state of movement. It's not to say that that is wrong, but just really check in. Are you taking that moment to listen? To listen to what your body is yearning for? And eventually, through the next series of impulses, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, find yourself on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat. So you don't have to just go there, but eventually find your way onto your back. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent. And take your time to get there. But when you come to that place, allow your attention to go to your breath. Let your lips part. Feel the breath coming in and out through soft open lips. Feel how the breath fills your body, fills your torso, fills your belly, fills parts of your ribs and lower back. And see how you feel now, and see how you feel in comparison to when we began this warm-up a few minutes ago. What sort of sensations have been aroused because of this conversation you were having with your body? What parts of you have become more accessible? Is there a feeling of aliveness inside you? Awareness. Are you aware of parts of your body that you maybe weren't aware of 10, 15 minutes ago? And as you take stock of that, allow whatever it is that you're experiencing to find the vibrations of your voice. Ha. Ha. Ha ha. So you're really allowing the sensations, the liveliness, or whatever it is you feel. It's almost like it gets drawn from your body and comes to a central place in your middle that turns to sound, that turns to the sound that is your voice. Ha. And that comes into your mouth. Ha ha. And then in dialogue with me, staying in touch with those sensations in your body. Ha ha. 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 And now let it turn into a deeper sigh. And now think down into your feet. And now, leaving your feet really firmly planted on the floor, begin to rock on your pelvis. So you thought into your feet really so that they're firm, and now I guess the thought actually comes to your sacrum. And begin to rock your pelvis, rock your sacrum from your feet to your head, very loosely. So it's a sacral rock. And notice if this rock of your sacrum is also rocking through your whole spine and even rocking your head. That may be a really wonderful benefit of the sacral rock, that it's rocking your whole spine. And it's a loose rock. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. That's sort of the Goldilocks place. You don't want to go too slow or too quickly. Keep your belly soft. You're not gripping in the belly. There's no need to grip in the thighs or the quads or the hamstrings. And now you're going to rock the vibrations through your body. you like, you can start to rock your head from ear to ear, side to side, so that you're beginning to loosen the neck as you're loosening the vibration through your whole skeleton. Gently bring the head back to the center and let that rocking come to stillness. Do you feel a little rush of energy as you finally come to stillness? I do. It's quite wonderful. Bring your hands to your jaw, and if you need a massage in your jaw today, then do it. But I've been really working in my jaw this week, so I don't think it really wants that. But certainly feel free to massage the jaw. I'm just going to gently take my hands and stroke the jaw down, just to encourage it to relax, without getting into a deep massage. But again, feel free if you need to massage into the masseter or the temporalis, even through the neck. And then when you're ready to, bring your hands to your jaw, feed in a sigh from your belly all the way up and over the roof of your mouth, and shake your jaw loose. And see if you can still have a sense of vibrations coming through your whole torso, if not your whole body. As you were rocking before and rocking the vibrations through your skeleton, can you still stay connected to that sense of resonance in your body? And you really want to aim the vibrations right into the front slope of your hard palate, right into the front of the mouth, so it doesn't get caught in the back of the throat. Float your knees up and over the belly. First one knee, and then the other knee. Bring one hand on top of one knee, so right hand on top of right knee, left hand on top of left knee, if that makes sense in your body. And I forgot to say, if you need a little pillow for your head, which I'm feeling I do because I have a really hard floor, then do that. You can grab it just to provide a little cushioning for the back of your skull. So knees are floated over the belly, and I'm feeling really tight in my hamstrings today, in the backs of my legs. So let's stir our knees around, letting our legs be really passive here, and the hands do all of the work. So stirring your knees, stirring your legs around. You could go in the same direction. You'll notice if you go in the same direction, that really does more for the pelvis, which may be a release that you're yearning for. So you can play with that. feel how if you move your knees and legs in the same direction, it really stirs around that sort of pelvic clock. But if you allow your knees, if you move your knees in opposite directions, then that pelvis, that lower back, wants to stay on the floor, and the thigh bones get stirred up around in the hip sockets. And that might give you quite a pleasurable release, or if it's not pleasurable, a release nonetheless. I don't know that release is always pleasurable in the moment it happens, maybe after the fact, but nevertheless, stirring the knees around. And then as you do that, see if you can picture the vibrations of your voice existing in those hip sockets, and they come right to your lips. As you flutter through your lips. You can do other things. You can sort of shake your knees in and away from your belly, or rock your knees in and away from your belly. You might even circle your ankles to give your ankles a bit of a release. And let the rocking or the shaking come to stillness. Let your left foot drop to the floor. Clasp your hands now around your left knee, or if it makes sense in your body, behind your left knee. And now extend the right leg up into the sky. Woo! My hamstrings are really, really tight today. So there's certainly no there's no need to get it completely straight if that's not where it wants to be. It can be slightly bent. And you could be working for more of a straight leg if that's a goal for yourself. And as you straighten your leg up as far as it will go, breathe in and out on a whispered ka, and flex and point your foot as you do that. So flex your foot as you breathe in on a ka, point your foot as you breathe out on a ka. Think into the soft palate. Get that stretch. Let that heel drop, and let that foot drop back flat to the floor. And float the left knee over your belly, clasp your hands around the left knee, and then extend the left foot as far as it will go. Again, it does not have to be straight. Excuse me. Lots of allergies this week. Extending that left leg up, breathing in and out on a whispered ka. Flex and point that foot. And let that foot drop. Keep that knee over your belly and float the other knee up, so both knees are over your belly again. And now that we've loosened in the hip sockets, I think it's a good time to let our knees drop into a diagonal stretch. Let's do the left side first. So knees go to the left, head and neck drop to the right. Your right arm extends out no higher than your shoulder blade along the floor. You can let your left arm be down at your side, or the left hand can come on top of the right knee to help give a little bit more stretch. And you can feel the stretch hopefully through your intercostals Your inner abdominal muscles are getting a stretch. And since we've already warmed up that soft palate, let's breathe in on a whispered ka, down to the hip socket nearest the ground, which will be the left if we're on the left side. You're going to call a high, and let that high release out over the top of your mouth. And then stretch and relax your tongue twice to get it out of the way. And you'll be yawning in as you breathe down on that ka through a smiling animal roar. And it's really I when you finish that diphthong, yeah? Let your hand on the knee, if it's there, drop to the ground. And now you're going to loosen the middle of your tongue. Your knees will come up and over your belly to the other diagonal stretch. And see if you can let your top knee go first, and then your bottom knee follows as an afterthought. Dropping to the right side, diagonal stretch. Knees high up towards your belly as is comfortable. If the pillow on your head gets in the way, then just take it out. In fact, that's what I feel is happening for me. Left arm extends. Right arm can come atop the left knee. Breathe in on a whispered ka, down to the right hip socket lung. Call out over the roof of your mouth. Call a high on sound vibration and stretch and relax your tongue twice. If your hand's on the knee, let it drop to the ground. Loosen the middle of your tongue and let your knees come all the way up and over until you're in a semi-fetal on the left side or the opposite side. So the next time that you go from a diagonal to a semi-fetal, just check that you're not letting the sigh as you loosen your tongue to drop back into your throat. I find that happens very often with my students, that they sigh, and then it ends up in the back of the throat. So what we're asking for is that the vibrations continue forward past the front of your tongue, and they go out, 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 always forward, never going back. So the next time you do that, or if we do that again today, if that happens, just keep letting it go forward. And speaking of, let your lips point towards the ground, and then again sigh and loosen the middle of your tongue and really feel those vibrations dropping to gravity, going forward, forward, forward.
your lips really close to the ground without touching the ground, so not kissing the ground. And maybe you can imagine you're lying next to a little pool of water. It's like a reflection pool. And you're sighing into the pool of reflection. And the pool is actually reflecting those vibrations back. Now keep the tip of the tongue anchored at the back of the bottom teeth, and let that tongue just fall forward in your mouth and sigh. Hee-ya-ya-ya. 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 Keep letting those sighs drop to that reflection pool. Drop to the floor. Hee-ya-ya-ya. 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 Hee-ya-ya-ya, la la la. From the front blade to the tip of your tongue. Hee-ya-ya-ya, la la la. Hee-ya-ya-ya, la la la, ma ma ma. From the front blade to the tip of the tongue to the lips. Hee-ya-ya-ya, la la la, ma ma ma. And now, in whatever way is comfortable and most economical, bring yourself up onto all fours. And relax back into a folded leaf. If you want something between your legs, if that is support that you need, then you can find that. Come back into a folded leaf. Hands can rest, be like a pillow for your head. Belly drops between your legs. Ya la 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 ma ma ma. And then we're not staying there long. Come up onto all fours. Start with a rounded spine with your tailbone dropped and your head dropped. You're going to think through this phrase in your spine. Ya la 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 ma ma ma. So the tailbone is the he. Ya is your lumbar spine dropping. La 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 or la 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 la, because it's a long part of your spine, is your thoracic spine dropping. And ma 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 is the head and neck popping up, coming up. So here we go. He ya la 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 ma ma ma. Round your spine, drop your head and tail, and I'll give you the thought, and you'll answer me back. He ya la 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 ma ma ma. And now you. Round your spine, drop your head, drop your tailbone. He ya la 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 ma ma ma. He ya la 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 ma ma ma. He ya la 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 ma ma ma. And then come back to the folded leaf again. Ha-ha-ma. Can you feel those vibrations as you go back to the ha-ha-ma? Can you feel those vibrations reverberating, resonating through your spine, through your whole torso? Ha-ma. Ha-ha. And now, staying here in the folded leaf, feed in 4 huge, deep down sighs of relief, in and out through your mouth, one right after the other. And now 6 medium sighs of relief, in and out through your mouth, one right after the other. Really feel how that moves your belly. And now many flutters of anticipation that turn into relief. Again. And back to the 6 medium. And then the 4 deep down sighs. Relax your breath. Gently come up to seated. Take your time. That was a lot of breath work. And I'm going to come and sit back onto my heels. Really take your time here. And I'm going to sit on a pillow because I need that. But if you want to sit cross-legged, you can do that. And then with that sense of those 4 big sighs and that big space in your torso, lengthen your neck up and back and drop your thought down and find your chest resonance. And with the sense of those 4 big sighs, find 4 big deep down sighs of chest resonance. Ha. 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 Come up on your neck. And I'm finding this is a lot of strain on my knees, so I'm just going to sit cross-legged. Come up on your neck. And now find your mouth resonance. Ha. Ha. And then with the sense of those 6 medium sighs, find 6 medium pulses of mouth resonance. Ha. 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 One more time. Ha. 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 Ha, ha, ha. You may notice the glass and the hard things are reverberating those vibrations back. It's quite wonderful. And now find your teeth resonance. He. 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 And with a sense of those many pulses, find many pulses of teeth resonance. He, 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 he. He, 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 he. Now slide your tongue out onto your bottom lip. He, 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 he. Still in your teeth, but with your tongue out on your bottom lip. He, 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 he. Now bring your fingers to your sinuses. And massage. And now in dialogue with me. Now you still might have a sense of resonance being more in the teeth, but as we start to go higher in pitch,
You may start to feel the resonance come more into this lower sinus cavity here, the swampy sinus area here, and you're massaging into the swampy sinuses to encourage the resonance in those bones. Sighing through the tip of your tongue. You can drop your head slightly forward and think of the vibrations pouring through your tongue, pouring through the colander of your sinuses. You could even bring your hands onto your knees, clasp your hands, and let your sinuses fall onto your thumb pads if you want to. Relaxing the back of the tongue as much as you can. Keep the back of your throat open. Come up if you've bent over, and feed in a little pant in and out through your nose. Really clear that nasal passage. And then me. Me, me, me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. And really be careful here. You're not closing the throat. You're not just using the breath that's in the mouth or in the throat. You're really using the breath that's down here in your ribs. So maybe bring your hands onto your ribs, and as the breath comes in, you resist that collapse. You do not let your ribs collapse in. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. And once you've gotten that sense of what we might call support, which is a resistance of a collapse, you can really bring your fingers back to your nose and track those vibrations from the bridge of your nose to your cheekbones. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Ma, ma, ma. Lifting the soft palate. Me, 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 ma, ma, ma. Me, 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 ma, 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 my. Me, 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 ma, 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 my. My, oh, my. My, oh, my, oh, my. And from the top of your skull, kee, 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 kee. And now lay your hands on top of your head. And in contrast to that explosive key, a very light, warm hooting. Ooh. Ooh. let's go from the hoot right down the range. I've never done it like that, so there might be a break in that, and that's all right. And from the basement up. And from the key all the way down your range. And Superman came into my head for some reason. I don't know why. But imagine you're Superman or Superwoman or Wonder Woman, and you're going to open up your costume to reveal your open up the costume of your everyday clothing, right? Because that's their costume, to reveal your actual clothing. And as you do that, za, right from the chest, za, za, and then hands on top of your head. Ooh. Ooh. You're flying out maybe through the sky, and you're looking down with the birds. Ooh. And now let's put those together. So it goes za, woo. Again, za, woo. And then you'll come back to you as the costume superhero. Zawooga! Zawooga! Last time. Zawooga! And bring your legs out in front of you if they're crossed. Give them a shake out. Hey. Shake it through your arms. Hey. And let's stay seated if we're seated, because why not? And you're going to punch these sounds out through your fists. Ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. And now through your feet. Da. Da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Ba, ba, ba. Da, da, da. Through whatever you want. Ga. Ga, ga, ga. Ga, ga, ga. Ba, ba, ba. Da, da, da. Ga, ga, ga. And now any combination of feet or wrists or any other part of your body. Ba, da, ga, da. Ba, da, ga, da. I feel like a child on the floor of the store, and I really want that candy bar, and I want it. Ba, da, ga, da. Badagada. Badagada. Badagada, badagada, badagada. Badagada, 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 badagada. And now slowly start to make your way to standing. Badagada, 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 badagada. Ba-da-ga-da. Let it come into your feet. Ba-da-ga-da. Ba-da-ga-da. Badagada. Badagada, badagada, badagada. Now reverse it. Ga, da, ba, da. Ga, da, ba, da. Gada, bada. Gada, bada, gada, bada, gada, bada. Gada, bada, gada, bada, gada, bada. And now whisper it. Badagada. It's a secret. Badagada. Badagada, badagada, badagada. Badagada, badagada, badagada. really specific thought. Now it's not a secret. Buddagada, buddagada, buddagada. Right? Buddagada, 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 buddagada. Buddagada, buddagada, buddagada. Gada, buddagada, buddagada, budda. And now, manna, ngana. Manna, ngana. Manna, ngana. Manna, ngana. Manangana, manangana, manangana. Manangana, manangana, manangana. Manangana, manangana, manangana. Ngana, mana. Ngana, manangana, manangana, mana. You might be asking, what's going on with my hair? Ngana, manangana, manangana, mana. I don't know. Ngana, manangana, manangana, mana. Badagada, badagada, badagada. All right, that's our warm-up for today. Take a moment and take stock of how you feel after that, where you're at physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I wish you the best today. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.